On this first one, it says the exponent, or on all four of these, the exponent is on the left-hand side, and it's telling you take some base to that power. So this one is 2 to the 4th power is equal to 16, because 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 16. So the next one, the exponent is 3, so then you would do 2 to the 3rd power. What's 2 to the 3rd? 2 times 2 times 2? 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is... Thank you. Okay. Can you please fill out the top two tables? So I'm going to let you try that. You can talk with your partner about it. That's great. Next one. So this is 3 to the 4th. This is what it gives you to start with, and then it goes down from there. Be 27, 9, and 1. Okay, double check your work, please. You should have the following values on the left table: 16, 8, 4, and 2. On the right, you should have 81, 27, 9, and 3. Okay, some of those you'll see duplicates in those bottom tables. So the ones right below it, we see some of the same things. So the one on the left, it still has a base of 2. So 2 to the 3rd power, still 8. 2 to the 2nd power, 4. What's 2 to the 1st power? 2. Okay. We'll come back to that. Look at the one on the right. 3 is our base. We know 3 to the 3rd power is 27. 3 to the 2nd is 9. 3 to the 1st is 3. Okay. We have not talked about zero and negative exponents yet, obviously, because that's what we're learning today. Can you follow the pattern? What pattern do you see? Can someone explain to me what you see? Raise your hand. Manila, what do you see?
You kind of like divide by 2 each time.
Exactly. Every time as the exponent decreases, what you get when you evaluate your answer is divided by 2. So following that pattern, 2 divided by 2 would give me 1. Okay, what's 1 divided by 2? What is 1 divided by 2? Leave it as a fraction. 1/2. Think about your measuring cups if you need to. What's 1/2 divided by 2? 1/4. Okay, these answers are correct. Look and see if you can figure out the pattern in the one on the right and continue that pattern in the same sort of fashion. So if you have 3 to the 0 power, what would that be? Follow the pattern. Is the one on the right, is it dividing by 2?
Divided by 3.
No, it's dividing by 3, so make sure you adjust. 27 divided by 3 is 9. 9 divided by 3 is 3. What's 3 divided by 3? 1. What's 1 divided by 3? 1/3. And what's 1/3 divided by 3? 1/9. If you're dividing by 3, it's the same thing as multiplying by 1/3. So 1/3 times 1/3 is 1/9. Okay, let's look and see if we can figure it out now. Today we are talking about zero exponents. My pen will work. Hello. And we're talking about negative exponents. 2 to the 0 power is 1. 3 to the 0 power is 1. Guys, what's anything to the 0 power? 1. That's the rule. Anything to the 0 power is equal to 1. The exponent's not 1, the actual answer, when you evaluate, you get 1. Okay, so that's the first rule. Now, can you please look at this bottom part here? Can you please compare an exponent of positive 2 and positive 1 to an exponent of negative 2 and negative 1. Discuss with your partner, what do you notice? Okay. Carson, Milbrand, what happened? Yeah. It's what we call the reciprocal, right? So 4 turns into a fourth. It flips. 2 turns into a half. It flips. So these are called the reciprocal. We're going to take notes on 0 exponents, and then I'll tell you my story. Okay? Yeah, I got a story for you today. You're going to learn about my little sister. I actually do have a little sister. She goes to Missouri State. Okay. Rule for 0 exponents. With letters, anything to the 0 power is equal to 1. This is the best one ever. Because it really is that simple. So if you have something to the 0 power, you basically just cross it out and replace it with a 1. And sometimes you just get to cross it out because we don't need the 1 there. So your words, anything to the 0 power is 1. Or anything to the 0 power, or an exponent of 0, is equal to 1. My example for you, 5 to the 0 power is equal to 1. Notice it does not become 5 to the first. I mean literally the entire thing, 5 to the 0 equals 1. Because you guys just saw it in the table, you saw the pattern.
I didn't even think it could be a 5 to the 0. I thought it just like...
You can. Isn't math cool? Okay. So cool. When you send it to the other side, the exponent becomes positive.
Now what if it's like 2a to the negative whatever? Like if there's a number before the...
Well, the 2 would have a positive exponent. They have separate exponents. Run out of room. Exponent becomes positive. So my example for you, say we have 3 to the negative 5th. That will become, and if you don't have a fraction, you don't see the fraction, you could always put it over 1. So then I take that and I send it to the other side. 3 stays the same, but its exponent becomes positive because it ponders life and realizes things ain't so bad. We're doing 4 quick examples. Okay, first one. And you'll see me, usually when I have a negative exponent, I will circle the whole thing and I will draw an arrow to remind myself to move it to the other side. If that helps you, do the same thing. Okay, 2 to the negative third is not in a fraction right now. How can I make it into a fraction? Put a 1 underneath. Put it over 1. So I put it over 1. Now we have a fraction. That negative 3 is being salty. Where's it got to go? To the other side. To its room. Send it to its room. Circle the whole thing. Say, go over there. And you get 1. Since there's nothing left on the top, replace it with a 1. Over 2 to the now positive 3. So if you have that empty spot, replace it with a 1. Okay, anything to the 0 power is what, guys? 1. Done. Okay.
Wait. You're always positive?
Positive 1. So negative 10 to the 0 is still positive 1. C. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do power to a power here first. So we're going to, both these have a power of 1, so it's going to be 1 to the negative third over 4 to the negative third. They both have a negative attitude. So you need to send both of them to the room, to the other side of the house. The 1 to the negative 3 is going to go to the bottom. 4 to the negative 3 is going to go to the top. And so we are going to get now 4 is on the top with a positive 3. 1 is on the bottom with a positive 3. Okay, just a quick thing. We didn't really talk about this much yesterday. Something special happens when you have something with a 1. What's 1 to the third? It's just 1 because 1 times 1 times 1. So you don't really have to write that. You could just write this as 4 to the third, and I would take that. Okay, last one. This is a good one. As 0 is being salty, it's got to go the other side to its room. So make it into a fraction and send it to the other side. There will be nothing left on the top, so you have to replace that with a 1. So it's going to be 1 over 0 to the 7th. Think back to last semester. Are you allowed to divide by 0? No. If you type this in your calculator, it will say error. What is this called when you have 0 on the bottom? When we divide by 0, there's a special word for it. Now, no solution.
Undefined?
Undefined. That's the word. Okay. That's it.